I'm going to find my background paper. Where my pot is. Cut out my shapes. I'm starting with one. I'm not going to do all my cutting at the same time because I'll have too many little pieces. It's really going to get really confusing. I have a lot of small, really small scraps. These are probably things I could throw away. I do have this nice chunk of paper still left, so I could do something with this maybe. But for now, I have my 6 petals, and I'm going to do 2 layers if I'm going to do this flower. So just like in my drawing, I did 3 first, and then I'm doing another 3. So those smaller ones I drew myself would probably look really nice as the second layer. I have not glued anything yet. I just put my petals down to make sure this is what I liked, what I wanted. It looks good. And then I'm going to decorate them before I glue. I'm going to use those color sticks again like I used on the pot and make some designs. So I think maybe for this petal, I will do something that's bright. And this is a great thing I can use my scrap for. I can use different colors and kind of mark off. Ooh, yeah, like that color shows up really well, but maybe black doesn't really show up, so I'm not going to use black. I will probably use lighter colors like white or pink. Yeah, and then I'm just going to create just a couple details, maybe a couple stripes like that. Doesn't have to be a lot. I just want to add some kind of a texture detail. It's important to do this before you glue, because once you glue, you're not going to be able to draw on the whole petal because part of them are covered up. Plus the paper's wet, and wet paper doesn't get drawn on very easily. Okay. Color stick back. Figure out now, because I'm doing 2 layers, I have to do, these are the smaller ones, so I'm going to use my bigger ones I used the stencil for first. Now, for my tap and glue, remember, this does not open and close. You don't turn it. You just tap it against the table. That tiny, tiny little tip there gets pushed in when you push it on the table and lets glue out. Don't turn it. Just shake it upside down, and if you see a little bit of glue stuck there, you can try and pull it off. That's somebody who didn't clean their glue bottles nicely. Make sure to shake it upside down. And then don't glue on your paper. Move it to the side. So I'm going to push this over here a little bit, and I'll glue on the table like this. I'll put it against the table and push. All I'm doing is pushing it against the table. I got dots all around the edge and then a couple in the middle. You can see there's glue just about everywhere. I need a lot of glue because this paper has paint on it, so it's harder to stick down. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to hold it. Notice I'm covering the whole piece of paper. I'm not doing this because that's not going to help. I need to hold down all the edges and kind of press in different places. I'm not fast forwarding on purpose because I want you to see how long I'm holding this down. Many friends don't hold it down long enough and then it pops back off your paper. Okay, so every once in a while I lift my hands up and see if it pops back off. It looks like it's sticking now, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Take it off my paper, tap all around the edge to the tips and corners, and then in the middle a little bit. Flip it over, Hold it down. Move your hands around a little. Oops. Now my hands are getting a little sticky. That's okay. We'll have some paper towels. Just take the paper towel and kind of rub your hands real quick so it doesn't get too sticky. And we'll wash them when we're all done. We'll get some wipes or wet paper towels. Okay, now for my little petals, I'm going to do a trick. I'm going to bend the corners up a little bit. I want them to actually stick out a little. I'm not going to put glue on this edge of the petal. I'm going to put glue all over here and leave this pot without glue. Still went all the way around the edge and the corner, just not where I curved it up a little bit. Once one's done, I can start adding the next one. Remember to keep your glue tip kind of clean. If it starts getting too messy, you can take that paper towel, pinch around the very tip here. You should be able to feel it with your fingers, that tip, and twist the glue bottle, or you can twist your hand. Twist back and forth. Just twist up here. Some friends are doing this and they're twisting and nothing's happening. Just feel that little tiny tip and twist. Now, if you get a lot of things like this that are starting to get in your way, you can take your scissors and just kind of snip them off so it's a little easier to cut. I'm making sure that all the pieces fit before I glue anything. Okay, and then I'm going to start decorating. So I'll do some stripes over here, and maybe I'll try some dots on this one. Save your pink purple paper for the next class. We're going to add the flowers on top. If you don't get finished with all 3 of your succulents, you're going to put the papers in a Ziploc bag and we'll finish gluing them next week when we start to add our flowers. Your pictures are going to go on the drying rack. Please double check that your name is on the back, and if it's not, don't flip your paper over, just kind of curl it up and write your name like that. Don't write it on the front. Check that your glue bottle is cleaned with a paper towel. Make sure you pinch and twist. And then clean up your spot.